Okay, so I don't want to do a whole lot of takes of this. That entrance was cool. I don't want to do a whole bunch of takes of this. I would like this to be as casual as possible, but I'm still sort of like making this idea. Um, so the idea is while all of my creative juices are flowing, doing a ton of writing right now, but the current two articles that are nearly done need a survey to be complete before the article can be complete, which is taking some time. And um, the other article needs photos that I can only get in springtime. So at the moment, or rather in the meantime, I have another idea. And I don't know if this will be like a long, monotonous video or if I can actually interject valuable and interesting commentary. But I was thinking about maybe going through some of my old articles and reading them or going through them on camera and giving commentary and critiquing my old work, or even just bringing up these old topics. Okay, this one caught my eye. Let's do. I'm gonna read through the "What does tree expert really mean" article. This seems short. There's no pictures, so that's boring to watch. I don't really know again how this will go, but maybe it can be still entertaining, still useful. I'm testing the water here, right? Okay, here we go. This was published on our website November 6th, 2020. And I think this was the only place this one was published. And I think the target audience here, yeah, I guess before I read any of it, I think the target audience here is homeowners or people who own trees, not tree people. You know what I mean? And I think it's just highlighting the difference between what an arborist is in its truest sense and what like a tree expert is in a production sense, and how those lines kind of get blurred by homeowners. You see so many tree companies with the word experts in their name here in the States. The word can be misleading to homeowners and customers because they think that company is an expert in caring for trees. That's what their name says. But that's not what that company is an expert in. They're experts in tree work, not tree biology. They know how to efficiently go about tree operations. They know what knots to tie. They know when to drag brush to the chipper. Their operational skills are what make them an expert, not necessarily the long term implications that come with pruning, for instance. Putting expert in their name is great for sales, and its success relies on your ignorance. Damn, dude. Damn. I think most companies using that in their name are your basic standard tree care model company. The consequences of the standard tree work model are expanded on in an article called The Underside of Tree Care, so I won't go into detail about that here. These folks apply the same solution to every problem, regardless of the context. Okay, now while that article is actually really good, currently over the course of this year, I guess I'm announcing this. Um, Jack and I are working on building our model out, our business model out in the form of a presentation. And I think we're going to be presenting it at a tree convention in the next coming year or two. So while this article kind of points out the problem, the underside of tree care goes into the details and the consequences of it. The current one that we're working on over the course of this next year is going to be an alternative to it. It's pretty cool. Okay, that's not to diminish the difficulty or skill required to be efficient at tree work, or that they're not well to do workers. Most of them are extraordinarily athletic and great problem solvers. Even tree hacks have some degree of skill. In almost every aspect, tree work can be grueling and difficult. Yeah, it sucks often. The issue is that people believe what they're told by so called experts. convincing people that arbitrarily cutting on their trees is both good for their trees and good for their home stewardship. Their tree expert told them cutting off this giant arm was an okay thing to do. I think I just repeated that. These tree experts cannot disclose what they do not know or understand. I've said before, I've known arborists to be hacks, and on the other hand, I have known some very mindful good old boys. It is very difficult to assess if your arborist is working for the trees. One way to get an idea is to ask them to explain what they're telling you. Does it really make sense that those suckers steal energy from the tree? I should link this to the Epicormic conspiracy article that we wrote the year after this one. All that being said, you have the right to maim or remove your trees. Some trees actually should come down if they pose excessive risk to something or someone. If you are set on doing that, then hiring a tree cutter expert is in your best interest. A company can be led by scientists and have all the accreditations out there, but if they employ tree cutters to do the actual work itself, the quality of their product is just as bad as the next guy's. The quality of tree care is only as good as the hand that cuts. That's an awesome conclusion and something that I find myself saying a lot in other articles too. So now what? I should probably like talk about it. Let me make myself bigger here. Yeah, so like, ugh. So I'm talking shit basically. This whole article is that. Seems like. Um, I think it makes a good point. Not only am I doing like competitive things in my area by saying these things, I think it also, even if I'm having a positive impact on homeowners shopping for arborists or tree care companies across the country, great. That's an awesome consequence of this then. And it's not to say that all tree companies suck. I do think a lot of them suck. But factually speaking, I guess, um, I think that consumers should be more critical of who they hire. And especially in tree care, there's just like very low like accountability for anything, both legally and actually. Ugh. I don't know what else to say about this article. Oh yeah. So I guess that's it for just like a trial run. I don't know. I just my hunch with these is that they may be just like longer and monotonous for the longer articles. But if it's something that you want to like put on in the background, then maybe this actually is a good thing that I should keep making. So if you have any other feedback or suggestions or whatever, I'd be happy to hear it. And um, dude, how do you say goodbye on these things? I can't say see you next time or like see you later. Maybe if I just hang up really quick.